Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Horst Lüning. This is my son Ben, and today we have a very, very special bottle because it's exclusive to our company. It's a Auchentoshan, 13 years of age, matured in hogshead and finished for 9 years in Oloroso sherry butts. And it's 46% ABV, is un-chill-filtered, uncolored. Have a look at this great color. Wonderful. And the specialty is Auchentoshan is triple distilled. So we will have a massive cask influence in this whiskey and less of the, well, the character of the stills.
I love the Signatory Vintage bottles because there are so many information here on the label. I've already shown that to you, now I can read them to you. It's aged 13 years, distilled on the 31st of October 2017, bottled on the 26th of November.
2007, not 17.
2007, sorry. Yeah, dates is not my thing. 26th of November 2020. And as you said, a finish 9 months after the hogshead in Oloroso. Yeah, and there are only 847 bottles on the market. Yeah, one cask. Cask number 2. That's a cool cask number.
Yeah, I think you typically get those numbers from Auchentoshan where the casks are filled. But then with the finishing, then they give them a new sequence, a new number. And therefore you have these odd numbers. Sometimes the casks have really long numbers, and only the last 4 or 5 figures or digits are the original cask number, and the one in front is the specialty of the independent bottler. That's enough for you.
That's really a beautiful color.
Yes.
So that's a 13-year-old whiskey. But the thing is about color, a little bit of a thing. When you put a whiskey into a sherry cask, it first gets a lot of color, and then it even decreases a little bit in color, and over the years then comes back up again. So this year might be just that color because of the finishing period. So it was Oloroso sherry, but
Finished 9 months.
9 months.
This is incredible. This is, if you had shown me that whiskey without showing the bottle, so in a blind tasting, I would have said, well, I'm not quite sure what a type of spirit that is, because it's so different. It has such a really a big fruitiness in it. Wow. So the typical maltiness you have with single malts, it's not really there. Okay, your turn. I have to think a lot more about that.
Yeah, it's definitely a complex, interesting whiskey, and you have that typical sherry, Oloroso sherry touch. So you have, as you said, that fruitiness combined with a little bit of a nuttiness, I would say, and a lot of oak. So there's a lot of oak. So it's, for me, it's a bit of a typical Oloroso. I would have said matured whiskey, but I know it's finished.
For me, it's a fortified sherry. Because the Auchentoshan malt whiskey or malt spirit comes out of the third still with 80% ABV, means 160 proof, and this is very clean. So the typical intense notes of malt whiskies from pot stills isn't really there, and this really close to clean alcohol fortifies the sherry which is in, and the maturation in hogshead before didn't show that much influence. So it's really, and the nuttiness I do have it also.
Yeah, it does have a bit of that feeling. I did a few sherry tastings already, because if you get to one of these press events of a new whiskey that we always share with you, not this or last year, but the years before, then they often take guys from their bodegas where they get the cask from and give you a little insight about what is the ingredient as sherry. And that has a distinct touch to it, yeah?
Yeah.
So
cheers.
Cheers.
This really reminds me on a pure Oloroso sherry, and it's fortified. Yeah. So we would have an experiment. We should take a Oloroso sherry and then add to that pure alcohol and fortify that up to 40% something, and then have a look at the result.
It's wonderful. It's one of these highly oxidized, very dried fruits, candied fruits, sherry feel. So it definitely has that typical sherry character. Good amount of oak in there as well. So it feels
especially
a bit more
aftertaste.
matured. It feels more mature than 13 years of age, but that's probably because of that sherry touch that is associated with that. I like it. It's a little bit dry around my mouth.
Yeah, so we selected that cask out of several, and it's always astonishing how the feeling after the month since we selected that cask from small samples, how it changes in your mind, how the taste is different to those months before.
I also like it that it's really round and not very attacking, even though it has 46%. So 46% is usually a bit more intense, so you feel the alcohol a little bit, but here nothing. So 13 years of age, the sherry, the triple distillation comes out as a really great whiskey. I really like it. And the interesting thing is you have an Auchentoshan. If you feel the Auchentoshan, or if you try the Auchentoshan that are out on the market, they are far, far away from what Andrew Symington created in this cask.
Yeah,
I love it.
definitely.
It's really, really nice. So yeah, that was it.
That's it.
Thank you very much for watching. If you like this channel, then please leave a subscription here, so you will find more of these videos in your subscription box. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.